Jacob Zuma has been taken to court how many times, right? And has he ever gotten justice? Right? So it depends on in whose opinion, right? So it's so important that love and justice must go together, because only then can we trust that it is in our human terms. How many times, right? And has he ever gotten justice? Right? Right.
I just want to add that giving just judgment with love. Giving just judgment with love.
Right? Giving just judgment with love. Right? Because we all know that we all have different opinions, we all have different standards. But with God's standard, it's just. Right? When David sinned and God, what was his justment, justice? What happened when he sinned with Bathsheba? His baby died. Remember? But David trusted God. He knew God's character when David knew that God is just. Because when he wrote his judgment in Psalm 51, he said, "You are just." Right? And he accepted God's judgment. So now we live in a world where there is, he knew God's character when David knew that God is just. Because when he wrote his just, there is in Psalm 51, and the world is saying, you Christians say that God is love. How can it be? Why does a loving God allow all of these bad things to happen? And we as Christians now, we have to defend our God. How do we do it? Right? So in the lesson, we read, perhaps the greatest problem facing Christianity is the problem of evil. How do we reconcile the fact that God is perfectly good and loving with the fact of evil in this world? In brief terms, if God is all good and all powerful, why is there evil and so much of it too? So it's not just a little bit you can get over, but there's so much evil. If you open the newspaper, you just see more terrible things that happen that you can't even. Rachel, come closer. You can move your chair closer to Matthew's. Bradley, maybe you can even come here. Come in this one. Henry, you too. Come to this, and we can be closer to each other and can hear each other. Have you ever been asked this question? Bradley, go for it.
Just a comment. Many times, justice, thinking, and that is that we, and it is reason why they can give justice in courts is because they are the lawgivers. And so here in the Bible we have a lawgiver, and according to that law there is justice. And so the only true person who can really give that justice, one who gave the law. So we ask again, why is there so much evil? Why is there so much that's going wrong? But perhaps the question should really begin at who even defines that evil. Standard is according to the law, and the law belongs to the lawgiver. And so like David, without fully understanding a lot, maybe we can trust the lawgiver and say because he gave law, justice belongs to him too.
And I really like that, right? So there has to be a standard, right? And like we said, in normal, there is a law, and if you break the law, you have to face the consequence. So now Bradley says we have a law, and sin or evil is breaking that law, right? So now do we use that concept, explain then. So the lesson was very interesting because even though we don't have all the, God gives us enough to be able to understand and to be able